don't really care.
It's a bit mad, isn't it?
That people are interested in our opinion.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to Irish Footy Vlogs. Myself and Cian Menton again. This week it's the previews of the games, Premier Division and First Division. Please subscribe if you're new and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss a video. Like the video if you enjoy. First game is Bohemians and Waterford, Cian, this weekend. Bows are obviously second in the league. Smarting kind of from that defeat to Shamrock Rovers. Waterford aren't smarting. They had a big win against St. Pat's. They're fifth at the moment on 14 points. How do you see this one going? First of all, before quickly, it just came into my head there before. Do you want to talk quickly about the Danny Mandrew links with Shamrock Rovers? What do you think about that quickly?
Yeah, it kind of came out of the blue. Now, he's obviously not being in the side, which is then when the rumours come out, people start talking. Look, I think Rovers end up getting a couple of players from Bowes more often than not, you know. It'd be disappointing for Bowes, especially. You don't mind losing them to a different team in a different country or Holland or whatever he was linked with. You know, you don't mind losing them to people like that. But when you're losing them to your arch rivals, it's not great. Do I think it's a better move for him personally? No. Look, it's full time football. I know what we always say about Bowes are full time as well. They
get more money basically at Shamrock Rovers.
That's it.
My question is, obviously it's still speculation at the moment, but I've heard these rumours come up a lot in the last few months. I've heard it a few times, to be honest with you. It's speculation at the moment, but I'd love to know if he's getting offers elsewhere as well, though, or is it a case of Rovers is the best offer he's getting and he wants to stay in Dublin? So that's to play devil's advocate a little bit there.
Well, I think, like, if Rovers want you in the League of Ireland, that is the best one. I think even though, like, in recent seasons, some talk have been doing fantastically well, I just think if you were a manager of Shamrock Rovers, you were playing for Rovers, that's like the pinnacle in Irish domestic football, I think. Like,
I think that stadium has really obviously come in the last 10 years or so. That has elevated that as well,
like,
hasn't it?
I hate saying it, but like they are the biggest in the country. There's no question about it. Yeah. They're definitely not the best now, but that's for another day. But they're definitely they're the biggest club in the country. Look at everybody, like that's the pinnacle. I think personally, I hate saying that as a Pat man, but it is, and that's the truth. We just have to live with it. I do think he's better off staying at Bowes. But personally, it's a short career. Look, he's a young lad. He can earn a hell of a lot more few quid. You know what, Rovers, and you know look. If he goes, best of luck to him. It'll be a shame to see him leave Bowes, because I think, like, I know he's not been playing recently as well. People have to remember that he's on the bench, and so he's not going to be. I think if this was this time last year, disaster for Bowes, absolute disaster. You're playing without him, and you're playing well without him. You have young Dawson Divider. You know, those players coming in. That young flat on the wing. What's his name? I'll let you pronounce it.
We'll go with Promise. That's his first name.
We go with Promise. Well, like him on the wing, you know, like they have players that can come in, and Bowes have always had that, you know, the likes of Tierney. You know, he plays a little bit deeper, but you know, Bowes, he won't be as big of a loss as he probably would have been in recent seasons, and that shows you how good Bowes have become. Do I think he'll start for Rovers if he's banging form? Yeah, I think he's up there with the very best in the league on his day. But
it could be a case of Cian that Jack Byrne may leave at the end of the season as well, to see him as a replacement for Jack Byrne. That's a possibility.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Jack, smash and player again. Smash and player. I don't think Jack has really kicked on from last season. Look, the break is hard for everybody. We all know that. Look, it's something we've never been through before. I don't know what it's like as a professional footballer. But he's not in the limelight anymore. Like, I think he was the main man in the league last year. Even though they didn't win the league. I thought he was the most talked about player. He was the most watched player. He was the most exciting player. Dan O'Mandry wasn't far behind him as well, in fairness to him. But, I can't see Mandrew starting every week.
No. It'd be interesting to see, but he's obviously out of contract at the end of the season as well, so that probably makes more sense within the rumour as well.
I'd say if he does go, Bowes would be cashing in on him, and it'd be a good move for them. If they get a few, because if he goes now, they have to pay a fee.
I'd be concerned from their point of view that he won't go now, and that Shamrock Rovers will wait until his contract's up at the end of the season. That'd be
I would say no, but Rovers are still in Europe. Rovers have. I don't know what the rule is for Rovers. Is he cup tied? I'm not sure. He would be, probably, wouldn't he?
Has he played though?
Yeah, he came off, didn't he?
Came on, didn't he? Yeah. I was trying to think there. Yeah, maybe he did come on. That would make.
He did come on. Yeah, so I'm not sure if the cup ties come into it in the qualifying rounds. I'm not sure. I haven't a clue. We'll check that out anyway. But they'll still have top places to finish in the league and all. If you want Dan O'Mandry, you want them now. And I think Rovers, they have the money. There's no question about it. They can, and they will. The fee won't be high. Look, he's going the end of the season. 2 months time, something like that. You know what I mean? The fee won't be high. So if they're going to get him, I presume they're going to get him now. I'm not going to say he's no good at the end of the season. He's a fantastic addition to any side, but it'd make more sense to get him in now with the games coming, and they're still in the cup. They still have an awful lot to play for.
Yeah. Based on all that, obviously it's nothing to do with the match per se, but who do you think is going to win Bohemians of Waterford?
I was forgetting who I was saying first. I was trying to think back in my head.
I'm talking about Bowes, obviously, but do you think Bowes will get back and get a win here?
They're going to have to. Look, they've been getting unbelievable plaudits for the season they've had. Look, they've won nothing yet, but they've been getting fantastic plaudits. They're kind of gone from that underdogs to that tag is gone now. They're kind of expected to win every game, and I think, I fancy Bowes to win this.
Yeah, I think so as well. If I had to go for a score, I think it might be a convincing win as well. 3-1 Bohemians for me.
Waterford, isn't it? That's all. I was just making sure. It's late at night.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
It's late at night. No, I'm going to go 2-0 Bowes. I think it'd be comfortable enough. That's nothing against Waterford. Look, Waterford be delighted with that 3-0 result last week. I've seen obviously Sheridan after he was delighted with it. I heard the comments, and he was full of praise for the players. They're going to be going up here. They're going to be looking to get something out of the game. But I just think Bowes have it. You don't, at the same time though, you don't know what you're going to get out of Waterford. Some weeks they're great, some weeks they're shite.
Like a few teams in the league, to be fair.
They played Dundalk off the park. Now look, albeit we know the story that was happening in Dundalk, but for 45 minutes especially, they were unplayable. And if they come with even half of that, I'd say.
And to be honest, Brian Murphy makes a huge. I'm not saying he's necessarily the best goalkeeper in the league at the moment. He's up there, but he probably makes the biggest difference for our club.
He has to, it's
Waterford. We've seen it with him out injured, and they're all over the place in the back.
You're basically going from no keeper to a great keeper. And honestly, I don't think Twig is anywhere near the standard he should be at Waterford. I think he is only a second keeper. Look, in all fairness, second keepers, there's not a lot of great ones. The only team that...
Funnily enough, we're talking about Bowes here.
I think they're the only ones, really. I think, kind of a lot of second choice keepers we haven't seen enough either to comment on, really.
Yeah.
But I just think Bowes have just shown everyone what a good second keeper does. Like McGuinness has done really well lately. Do I think Talbot will get back in? Yeah, I do. I don't think he's going to go back in straight away after what happened the other day. Look,
you can't make one mistake in
that's it.
7 games and then drop the keeper. Otherwise, it'll make them more nervous because you think
exactly, yeah. But I just think, I just think I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know what I was saying there. Forget.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Dundalk and Shelburne. Dundalk and Shelburne at Oriel Park. That's on Friday as well. Dundalk in 4th, Shelburne in 6th. This will be Filippo's. We're calling him Filippo, right? This will be Filippo's first game. It's actually his name as well. But this will be his first league game in charge. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Dundalk actually look in this one. They did look a bit dodgy defensively still against Cove, didn't they? In the last game. How do you see this one going against what I would say is a dog at Shelburne that are actually playing better football even in the last few weeks, actually?
I'm going to go, I don't know whether it'll be a shock or not, right? I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. I think Shells, they're hard to play against. Look, they would have won that game, I think, on Saturday if it wasn't for that wonder goal, really. Well, like, you can't really call that wonder goal, but the free goal, like, I just Cork were all over them at the end, but Shells they still look comfortable. I just think they're going to come with a game plan like they did against Rovers, and they're going to sit in, they're going to fight for everything, fight for them second balls, win their aerial battles, win their duels, and I'm going to go for a 0-0, and being honest, that would be a superb result for Shelbourne. But a lot of teams are going to have a good bit of confidence going up against Dundalk. They're not the Dundalk of old. I think everyone knows that. Everybody can see that. But teams now are saying we can get something off them. Like 2 years ago, we were saying we keep the score down. But I just think
you're right, actually. You can actually get at Dundalk now. It's not even a case of sitting back against them. We've seen it. Teams have got at them. Every team we've seen play them have actually got at them, and they've got success from doing so. I think I agree with you to a point. I think I'd go for 1-1, by the way, so I'm kind of with you there. But I do see Shelburne. I know they'll sit in. They will sit in and defend like they do. But I do see them thinking we can actually score against these as well. Maybe a bit unlike Shamrock Rovers when they went to Shamrock Rovers and they really did, put everyone behind the ball. I think they believe they can nick something against Dundalk as well.
Oh, they'll have to. They will be going there to catch one the break. I just can't see them scoring now. Look, they have firepower and Kilduff.
Rooney's really come into form. He's
definitely.
Quinn is a good footballer in the middle of the park, in my opinion, as well. He's good on the ball.
Yeah.
They have players, don't they, as well, to be
fair?
They
do really good side there, Shelbourne. Like, to have that side in the first season back.
Impressive, very impressive.
It's very impressive with the players they have. Even last year, the players they brought in, the likes of Luke Bourne, Kilduff. These are big. So Conan Bourne last year, I know Conan's towards the end now, but
Larkin Fitzgerald, for example, is I know he's been out, but he had a good season last season with Shelburne,
Logan has a great ball patch. we'd always give him.
Are you sure that's not Shepherd?
Oh no, he's worse, Jesus. I used to feel for him, and I used to be holding on to the little bit on top. I used to know what it feels like. No, I think you like Shepherd and stuff. No, they have a really good side. Yeah. A draw would be a great result, and it shows you the work that's being done at Shelbourne. If they can go to Rovers, get a draw, they beat Pats at home. Look, Pats wouldn't be up near the top end of the table where they would expect to be. But beating Pats is a great result for any team.
Yeah, it's a confidence booster because that was early on in the season as well.
It was that first Dublin derby, wasn't it? Yeah. And it was big for Shelbourne. Like, they celebrated, and the fans celebrated huge. And I think that really kicked them on. I think they are missing the fans. Look, like Pats always give Shelbourne fans a bit of stick, saying they never show up. But now, in fairness, the fans have been great. They packed that. It's a bit of a shame in Talca, I think, that behind the goal, that bleeding awful stand off to the left is I don't say it, to be honest. I don't see why, but it's a shame that that's closed.
It is big
because I've went to a couple of games now. We went to a game last year. I seen them play Wexford. Right, I left at half time. It was bleeding awful. Shells were 4-0 up or something, or 3-0 up. They were hockeying them out of it.
Small crowd as well, I'd say, was there?
There was a good crowd there, but they were all in one stand, so it looks like it,
Yes.
I'm telling you now, It was like being on a bus. There was poles everywhere. And I only went to go behind the goal. I couldn't, and I was disappointed. But I think the fans, they're lacking the fans. They're missing them. I think a lot of clubs can say that, but I think Shells really, really rely on their fans, and in fairness, they haven't let them down.
Yeah, that's true. If they get a draw, they'll be happy enough with that. Dundalk may not be. Cork City and Shamrock Rovers on Saturday. We've got 9th, obviously, against the league leaders. Is it hard to see anything bar Shamrock Rovers win in this one?
Look, I think Cork could be delighted with how they performed against Shamrock Rovers. I know they went out of the cup, but I think they played to their strengths and they played to Shamrock Rovers' weaknesses. I think they were playing that ball through the channel. McGlade was fantastic with it. That little darting run that he does, that little drop of the shoulder.
It's good close control and balance, hasn't he?
Cork.
He's pleasing on the eye to watch play,
Cork have really Cork were gone 2 weeks ago. It showed proves exactly my point. Cork were gone 2 weeks ago. They were gone. Everyone was writing them off. Look at the way they played against Rovers. Then obviously they had the game against Shells. They really played well, and they be going there. They will be.
I could see more of a team unit in them now, I think.
I think. They're
the type of team, if they do stay up, hopefully I think they'll stay up. But if they do stay up, I think they've real potential to get much better the following season. Like a bit like Sligo maybe from last season. If they get onto this season, I do see something in them. There's something there I see in Cork.
Yeah, definitely. But it just shows you what a couple of results and a couple of, not even results, a couple of good performances can do for you. I think since the Longford game in extra time, they've turned their season around. That was huge for them. Like, they celebrated like they won the World Cup, but rightly so. When it's not
when you're not winning games, it doesn't matter how you win the next game or who it's against. A win is just feel like it's never going to come.
That's it, and I think they're going to go there, and they're going to be a bit of confidence. They're going to take out the fact that they've played Shells and they played well towards the end, and it all adds up in the back of your head.
Okay, we spoke about earlier about the fans and missing the fans and all. They'd love to see a packed out Turner's Cross for this. They could really do with it here, I think, in this game, couldn't they? Of all the games nearly and the circumstances.
Yeah, of course. They will. They'll miss the fans. Like, Turner's Cross in recent seasons has been great to go to for an away fan. We've been delighted going there. I think we drew with 10 men last year. No, I think we did. I think it was Webby got sent off last year. Round and Hale scored.
It was a 1-0 win though, wasn't there? Was that the 1-0?
Oh, that was the 1-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the one before that, Webby got sent off. We drew a 1-1, wasn't it?
I was going to say they didn't lose.
Clark scored in the last minute.
Yeah, that's it.
Saints down there. McNulty was in goal again, but
your friend.
We won't even go there. That's an issue. That's a big issue for Cork. I think that needs to be sorted.
Come back to that quickly because was it the Shamrock Rovers game? He was a bit iffy in as well, and
I have to say now, I give McNulty stick, okay, and I'll be the first to say that.
Shelburne, he did make some good saves.
Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah. He did. He made a couple of good saves. Now, when you say good saves, for McNulty standard, great saves. And it kept Cork in it. It did, like, their saves. And look, he's bang out of form. He's bang out of confidence. Like, he's past it, in my opinion.
The scary thing is he's probably still better than Liam Boston. That's probably the scary thing.
I just see McNulty in the side and I don't know. It just does something to me, and I'm not like, look, I give him stick. I know I give him stick. I think he knows that himself from being in Richmond and stuff. But it's friendly bad. There's nothing in it.
The match against Pats next time, guaranteed.
I'll tell you. While we're on McNulty, a great story last year. We were celebrating, or he was celebrating. They were 1-0 up in Richmond, right? taking his time, taking his kick outs and stuff like that, giving a bit of stick to myself and all behind the goal, right?
Really, yeah?
Look, that's what he does, and he's great at that. I love all that. It's only banter, it's friendly banter. And, Simon Madden scored in the last kick of the game, and, let's say he wasn't too happy leaving the pitch. I think I was right down beside him, but you love that. You like characters like that in the league. I enjoy that personally. I love that. It's a bit of banter. There's no messing about, and even with the referees, you get that. I think I was telling you before, I met Neil Doyle up in the Brandywell after a game. Then I were giving him now a bit uncalled for a stick now. And then we seen him in the garage, and you're kind of there with the big red head in you. How you Neil?
Yeah.
But no, I think I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Shamrock Rovers. I think it'd be like the last one. Rovers aren't forward on all cylinders. We know that. I don't think it's going to be comfortable. I really don't. But I think Rovers will win it up.
Yeah, same here. I think they'll grind it out again. I'll go 1-0. I think it's going to be a difficult one for them. I see Cork putting in a performance, but not quite enough to get a result. Saturday then evening, St. Patrick's Athletic and Sligo Rovers. Liam Buckley comes back to Richmond Park, and his boys are firing on all cylinders. Pats are struggling since Buckley left. Ish.
I sent Bucko a text saying, sorry, we were only messing.
What's that?
I sent Bucko a text saying, come back, we were only messing. No, I think...
it's a difficult one for Pats, isn't it? I know sometimes when you see a game being difficult, that's when a team sometimes does pull it out of the fire. But Pats are really going to have to show a bit of urgency, endeavour, and proper old-fashioned, I think, heart in this game, I think.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get that. We need a reaction. We say it every week. It doesn't come every week. We know that.
We really do need a reaction, though, don't they, this week?
We need a big reaction. Don't get me started. I don't know. I'm hoping we get a draw out, right? I am. I think a draw will be good for Pats.
Yeah.
Sligo will be disappointed if they don't win the game.
Yeah.
I think the way Pats are now, I think every team will be disappointed not to pick something up.
I think the Freeze is suspended, is he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Suspended. So that might, he is a key player for them too.
It's bad when you're looking at half decent players getting suspended, celebrating. But I think, Pats, like I said earlier, there's no reason we have the quality. There's no reason why we can't outplay them in the middle. There's no reason why we can't outscore them up the other end with the players we have. Pats, we might be scoring a lot, we might be creating the chances a lot. We have the quality. The quality is there. Like Forrester, Benson. Then you have
obviously Forrest is available now because he was missing the last day, wasn't he?
Yeah, you have Billy King on one wing. You have I haven't seen too much of Gibson.
It's fair to say he hasn't been very impressive so far. Let's say
no,
it's very difficult to judge what he's going to be like. Yeah,
you have Georgie Kelly up front. He hasn't scored enough. He hasn't created enough for his liking. In fairness, he hasn't been getting the service.
I think that's a major issue with Pats as well. I know we've criticised Rennie and that. And okay, Rennie, I'll be honest, he does not look good. Let's be honest, he doesn't. But at the same time, it nearly looks like at this minute you could have the best striker in the league in there and he'd struggle to get opportunities.
Yeah, and it's just, I think it's confidence again, and it's belief. Like people say, you should never give up confidence and stuff like that. Confidence drains out of you. It really does. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's like a time yoke, not them little time machine yokes. Yeah. It's like literally the confidence just drains out of you after every game so quickly, and I think you're going.
Something,
yeah, it's so hard. You know what I mean?
I think what doesn't help Keane as well. We've talked this before, but a lot of their games, especially recently, they've conceded reasonably early. Certainly within the first half, and it could be a bang bang thing, a goal, and then quickly a second goal, and that just finishes you off. I mean, I think it's really more important that they can go into half time, make sure they go in and don't concede. If they score, it's a bonus. but they nearly have to say, look, lads, we are not conceding in this first half. We're keeping it tight.
And I think
if we have to hold back slightly, we'll hold back slightly, even for 10, 15 minutes, and try and work into it. Because Sligo are going to be full of confidence.
We've been at games, and look, we have been dogged against Sean McGrovers, especially. I was behind the goal for that game, and this is we're winning this header. This isn't good. This isn't bouncing. Get out of the box. Everything was good. Now look, it was like headless chicken stuff at times, right? But at the same time, it was dogged, and we haven't seen that enough. I don't think, but I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go for a 0-0, and I think I'll be happy with that. Now that's me Pat's hat on, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think logically, but
go with the badge in your chest.
I think they'll score, though. They haven't scored in 4 games. They have to score in this game, otherwise it's 5 games without a goal. But I can't see a good performance, but I do think Sligo are going to have a bit too much for them, honestly. I think they'll win a 2-1, Cian.
You're a disgrace to that jersey.
Coughlin is just a handful as well. And we struggled with ordinary strikers as well. I think they're just playing with so much confidence. You just don't know what can happen.
Yeah, and
would easily be wrong, but just
it's a joy. It's a joy to see it. Look, I'm a huge fan.
Liam Buckley, I was talking to Cian as well, a few Sligo fans a few months ago, and they were criticising Buckley and stuff. And I said, lads, you have to stay with him. I says it actually usually takes time for Buckley to build a team, but I says once he builds that team, you'll see lovely football. They're seeing it now,
Yeah, honestly, I can't thank that man enough for what he's done for this club. I love him. I personally love him. I picture him on my wall.
2 spells as well. I'd remember the other spell more than you, to be honest, because I'm older, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But 2 spells.
Look, honestly, Liam is what he's done for this club. I can't wait to see him on Saturday, and I can't wait to welcome him back, because he deserves, every time he comes to Inchicore. Look, yeah, I know how it ended. It didn't end the way everyone wanted. That man deserves a hero's welcome every time he comes to this club. He's absolutely class on and off the pitch. The way he does things, his manner, the way he puts the club in perspective, the way he acts off the pitch. He's a role model, and I think I can't thank the man enough. But I just hope he doesn't get decent on Saturday. Now that's the only thing.
That's it too. Finn Harps and Derry on Sunday, Northwest Derby. This is going to be an interesting one, because Finn Harps tend to fancy it when they play Derry, don't they? And they probably need something out of the game as well. We say that every week, don't we, with Finn Harps?
They will. Harps is going to get something out of this game, with no doubt. I do. Honestly, I have no doubt in this one. They have to. They need to put performance in. They'd be disappointed to lose the game in the way they did the other night, especially after getting it back. And, it wasn't a bad Harps performance. There was nothing in the game for 60 minutes in that game, I don't think. I see them getting something. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Finn Harps.
That's an interesting one. I think, you could be right, though. Derry, we've talked about them before, a lot of individuals, but the pieces of the puzzle aren't quite fitting for me. Yet they could just turn around and put in a performance because of the players. I think Harps are getting something out of this game. I'm not sure if they get a win. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to go 1-1. I think it's going to be a real fight for Derry as well. And I think Harps beat them.
It's going to be a tight game. I'm looking forward.
They drew the Brandywell. Derry got a last-minute goal, actually. But I just think Harps, Derry are a better team. But I just think Harps are a bit more settled as a unit.
In this league, as mad as it sounds, you don't need a great team.
No. Stay in the league,
Not even. We look at sides even Pats in 2013, people say that was a fantastic side. Yeah, it was they played some really, really good stuff. But I've seen better sides in the league. Do you know what I mean? That didn't win it.
I've seen better Pat sides, if I'm honest, as well.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say. It
depends on the year, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it depends on the quality during that year.
Yeah, you look at even the sides, even Shamrock Rovers last year. I know they won the cup, but they didn't win the league. They didn't really put a challenge in towards the end. No, and you look at that side and say that was a good. People say that's a good. I know they won the cup, But a couple of people will say, geez, that Rovers team last year was good, but yet nobody ever talks about them. Do you know what I mean?
You have to win leagues to be
Yeah. And I think, like, I don't think in this league you have to be a great side that can pick up results. You really don't. I think you just need to do the simple things. And I think Harps can do that. They've shown they can do it. And I just fancy them to nick a 1-0, don't know why.
Could be right, honestly. Could be right. I'm going 1-1, but my head's half telling me Harps could win this as well. So Derry are definitely going to win. First division, Wexford and Bray. First game Friday. There are 3 on Friday night. Sorry, Wexford and Bray. Anyways, up first, and Keith Ryan will be interested to hear your words.
Yeah, no, look, I think it's going to be a tight game again, like we say every week. I think Wexford is going to bounce back. No, no, I'm going to go for a Bray win, right? Get the drums out. Get the drums out.
Jesus Christ, hang on. You all right? Your temperature.
Honestly, yeah, I'm going to go for a Bray win. I think it's well overdue. They proved me wrong.
You know what? It'd be hilarious if they lost now or something.
I'll tell you, I'm going for a Bray win because I think I'm being pushed for a Bray win these days now. I think
do you genuinely think they'll win this match, though?
I honestly don't know. I actually don't. I really don't know. I'm going to say Bray winner. Yeah. I'm going to go 2-1.
I'm going to go Bray as well. I think Wexford got an awful hammer in the last time, 8-0. Like, really, like, I mean...
See, I think they might bounce back, you know. That's the other side of it.
I think they'll bounce back, but I don't think it'll be enough, you know, that kind of way. Something like you in a way. Actually, I'll go 2-1 as well, because I do think big game for Bray, because they'll feel like they've everything to lose. A win that probably puts them top of the league, depending on what happens elsewhere, but they'll certainly be joint top at the very least. They have to go here and win. I think these are the games you kind of have to win now if you want to get promoted and finish top, because the other games are 50-50, to be honest. Wexford they need to settle somehow. I don't know what's gone wrong there, but they're just leaking goals. And
I don't know. You know, Wexford could bounce back with a win here, and you know, after me picking Bray, I'll be sick.
The biggest shock in the world. Galway and Rovers, Shamrock Rovers B, that's on Friday as well. Galway in great form under John Caulfield. Rovers have lost 2 games in a row now. Narrow. For me, Galway are going to continue the run, and they're going to win this one 2-0.
You don't know what you're going to get from Shamrock Rovers. You don't know what side they're going to put out. You know Brandon Cavanagh's going to play. He adds the quality. You know your man Lewitt is going to play. Apart from that, you haven't a clue.
Might play, and after that, you haven't a clue.
That's it. Like you honestly, you haven't a clue what's going to happen. You don't know what side he's going to put out. But Galway should have enough.
I think so. Regardless.
I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say 3-0 Galway.
Big win. Yeah. They've been scoring goals. They've scored 7 goals in the last 2 games. Impressive stuff. It's funny how some of these players suddenly are banging in the goals and they couldn't score under Alan Murphy, isn't it? It's just funny how that happens. I don't know what it is. Just a new lease of life.
When a manager leaves and a new one comes in, everyone's starting on a fresh sheet of paper. And it gives you that confidence. Like, I've been on both sides of myself as a coach. I've worked under coaches that, let's say, I wouldn't necessarily get on with. And like, you don't know, it's not for the want of trying.
Strange, isn't it?
But you kind of, when he gets the bullet and you're thankfully still there as a coach, like, you have to get a new lease of life. You do. And I'm only speaking as a coach. You know, I wouldn't know what it's like as a player, but you tend, I'm not saying you never gave 100% to the other fella, but you just tend to give that extra 10% or that extra 5%.
Conscious thing, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, and you know, I think Caulfield, like, he demands respect. I know he's a manager that. Like, I know before anything happens, he's a manager. He walks into the dressing room, and I know for a fact everyone shuts up. Yeah. And I think that's the way it should be. I think he's
if you're a player in the first division, because he's a Premier Division manager.
Yeah, like this fella is really good. Like, he stopped Dundalk on the roll. Now look, they went on to win it again twice, I think, wasn't it? But
So, yeah.
he stopped them. He stopped them that season, and that was the season after they got into Europe. So they were literally at their peak. What he done with Cork was tremendous. Look, Galway can be a big club. They really.
That's why he's gone there. I think he really likes the idea of the project and understands the enormity of the club. And he's a lot to gain by going there, hasn't he?
He's a League of Ireland man through and through. It can't go wrong for him.
No, it can't. Really can't. It
can't. They were second bottom of the first division. If he gets them into the Premier Division, he's done his job. And now after that was a bonus.
Actually, if he doesn't do it this season, they've had such a bad start that people go, sure, next season we can push it again.
And I think they will. I do think they'll be in the first division soon enough. Oh, sorry, in the Premier Division soon enough. Yeah. They deserve to be. Like, you bring in a manager like that shows ambition. He's not like, look, obviously money talks and stuff like that. But Caulfield is a well-respected League of Ireland man. I think he's well worth whatever money it is. Another man who I'm very fond of that I'd love to see back in the game is Martin Russell. Very fond of Martin. I love the way he does it. I love the way he plays. Very similar to Liam Buckley, obviously, and they're good mates and stuff like that. I was disappointed in 2014. He left us halfway through the year and went to Limerick. But he done really, really good things at Limerick, and I think Martin is a manager that nobody speaks about anymore.
He could be the next Pats manager.
No, come on. I'm saying nothing.
Moving on.
Yeah, no, I think he's just a player. I think he's just a manager that seems to be forgotten about.
Yeah, true, yeah. Cabinteely and Athlone. Cabinteely's form has been dreadful, hasn't it? It really has. One win.
Cabo bounced back here.
Have to win. I'm not paying no disrespect to Athlone, but I mean, if they could have handpicked a game, Cabinteely, it's this one at home, isn't it? They really need to bounce back. Marty Waters, they still have him there. I thought he played reasonably well against Drogheda, actually, but he was kind of plowing a lone furrow in many ways in that match.
Yeah, look, they have to bounce back. There's no question about it. They have to. There's no more really second chances in this league anymore now. They need to get that win.
If they weren't to win this, they could easily drop to 6. I know it's still.
It depends. It depends on other results and stuff like that. Like, you could get. It's great when you win and teams around you don't. And that, to be honest, if you win, the really. What I'm trying to say something here and it's not coming out. Look, if you win, what I'm trying to say is, if you win, the good thing is teams around you probably aren't winning. Exactly. Because it's that tight. Yeah. So if you can get them,
there's a good chance. If say they don't be Athlone and Drogheda win or Longford win, Bray win, and UCD win, suddenly it's a killer. So you're going from one to the next, like from week to week.
Yeah, so you can kind of catch them on the bounce. They're doing well, but they have to win this. I think if they want to be in them playoff positions or challenging for the title, which I still think they will challenge. Look, they've had a couple of bad weeks. I do think they will challenge.
The next few weeks will really prove whether they'll actually be in contention for the actual top spot. But they will challenge it. Yeah, I think they'll get goals in this one. I saw enough in the last day to suggest they can score goals. 3-1 for me, I think.
Did I say a score? No.
No.
Right. I'll go 2-0.
2-0. Athlone, is it? Cabot.
Yeah.
You know what? The next game, actually, okay, Longford and Drogheda, before we go to that, maybe technically the biggest game, but Cove and UCD intrigues me a lot, actually. How do you think this will go?
Huge game. Huge game for both sides. I think if Cove win it, they're really in contention for a playoff. If UCD win it, it just backs up everything we've been saying over the last couple of weeks, that there's no reason why they can't string a couple of results together and find themselves in there. I think it's a big game for Cove more than UCD. I think this is Cove's benchmark now.
Yeah.
If they win that, they know exactly where they stand.
If they win this game, they're officially serious contenders to actually finish top.
Yeah.
one of the teams that are really, you know what I mean? There's still a doubt there, isn't there? But the
Yeah,
wins
no, there's a doubt, I think, with nearly every side.
Yeah.
The way it is. But, you know, UCD are kind of hit and miss as well. As so are Cole. Like, Cole went and got a fantastic result against Drogheda. Like, superb. And
one thing I will say about them, they've been very tight in the last month or two.
Yeah.
They haven't conceded
I'm
many
gonna
goals.
go 1-0 Cove.
That'll be interesting, wouldn't it? Really upset the apple cart, I think, at the
Yeah,
top.
I think 1-0 Cove.
I'll go a draw. I'll go 1-1. I was just about to say as well, these games in the first division, it's so tight and tense. Yeah, everybody's going for it. I don't see any results where you're not seeing 0-0s, are you? Or sitting back on 1-0.
I don't think you can. I don't think, like,
most of them are very attacking teams.
draws are good for the away teams. But the way the leagues are now, nobody wants to draw. You need a 3 points. And, like, look, you should be fighting for every point. Where I think 3 points is the aim for every team. I don't think many teams are going out for a draw.
There's no fear is what I'm trying to say, I suppose.
No.
Even
when there should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Falling out the back door, you know what I mean? It can easily happen. The
big game now at the weekend, in a technical sense, is Longford and Drogheda, because they were the two favourites. They were the two bookies' favourites. Longford won 1-0 United Park earlier on the season.
Yeah.
They will want revenge. Both teams in decent form. A point between them in the table. This one is tough to call.
I'm going to go for a draw. I'm not sitting on the fence. I think I'm going to go for a draw. Reason being is I think there's a lot on the line here. I said teams aren't coming out to draw. I don't think any team will be settling for a draw. Obviously, Drogheda will settle for a draw now. I think they bite your hand off being away from home.
And being ahead of Longford as well.
Yeah. So I think a draw would be the best result for Drogheda at the minute. But I just see a game of chess here. I just see a game of chess. It's going to go on, and I think one team might nick a 1-0. But no, do you know what? I'm gonna go for Longford 1-0.
1-0 Longford.
I said them to win it. I need to back myself up here.
Yeah, I said Drogheda to win it, but I don't think they're going to win this game. I'm going to go for a draw actually as well. Again, it's not sitting on the fence. It's just what I think will happen. You know.
Yeah.
I actually think both teams might kind of go for the bit here. Weirdly, I don't think Drogheda can play any other way. I think they play their best when they go for it. When they don't go for it,
a lot of teams like that. Like I think, like I know the Premier Division, but I think Pats play a lot better when we go at teams. I think Drogheda are the exact same as Pats in the sense if they went for teams, they can get results.
Like they did against Cabinteely the other night, for example. So for me, I'm going for a draw. I'm going to go 2-2. I don't think Longford will be beaten. I don't know why, but I just don't think they'll be beaten. Drogheda are going to get goals. What?
2-1.
I think it'll be 2-2. Yeah, I was going to say 4-4, but I changed my mind. It's 4-4 now. I think I'll go to the bookies. No, I'll go 2-2. I think it's going to be an interesting game. If the results go the way we suggest, it's going to be a good weekend for Bray. So Keith Ryan will be very happy.
I just think Wexford might nick it though.
Right, guys, we'll leave it there. That's the preview show for this week. We'll be back with the reviews on Monday, more than likely. Looking forward to that because there's going to be a lot of interesting games over the weekend, isn't there, Keane?
Yeah, look, I just pray for Pat's hair place. Just pray.
Thanks very much, Keane. We'll see you later.